My peoples, what's going on, man? It's your boy JC Perez. Check it out. We're about to listen to a song before, while we wait for everybody to come in, all right? Hope everybody's doing well. Check this out. Let me bring y'all in. What's going on, RJ? What? Come on. Hey, y'all coming in. We're about to talk about this song. Come on. Hit him, John. You need what? Benny Johnson. Come on, Benny. What's up, my peeps? Hey, we're going to be talking about this song right here in particular. Come on, John. JC Perez and John Sigler in the building. Look at him. Come on. You got to demask him. Oh, yeah. The voice for the peoples. My peeps, what's going on? Your boy JC Perez, check it out, man. What y'all think? I think it's time to demask these people. Oh, John, you hit me with another one, Don. Where you at, man? Don't leave me there, bro. Where we at here? Let's go back. Cause we gonna talk. Oh, not yet. What's up, my peeps? Oh, yeah, hope everybody's doing well, man. Pablo, what's going on, baby? Thanks for coming in, man. Listen, we're going to be talking about this jam that we did, maybe like 2 weeks. No, not 2 weeks. It's got to be like 4 or 5 weeks ago, easily. What's going on, man? Hope everybody's doing well. Listen, this song here, the reason why we did this song here, guys, is because there was an incident that happened at one of those protests. And Benny Johnson made it viral. That's why we put Benny Johnson out there. But what happened in the protest? So you had a bunch of patriots going onto this protest, and then you had these Antifa thugs. These Antifa thugs that want to be, they want to show off or they want to do whatever. I guess they still living with mommy and daddy at the house, so they have nothing to do, and they want to feel like a man, so they go out and they start instigating problems. They start throwing rocks at things, and they start doing things. And so what do these patriots do? They grab them and they demask them because, of course, they're cowards. They don't want to show their face. So they demask them. And then right away, you see them running and jumping. Where do I hide? Where do I go? What's up, Zeke? How you doing, baby? So it was crazy. But before we get into the videos and a bunch of other videos, I'm going to show you, it's not just about demasking these guys. There's other people we need to demask, and we're gonna talk about that today. But right now, let me show you here. Let's get the business out the way. Because every time y'all come in here, I always tell y'all that there's free music. So how do you get this free music? Let's go over here. Let's make this bad boy big. All right. So first of all, when you go to agapefitted.com, which I'm going to write right here, right now, guys. I'm going to pin that sucker up top. Agapefitted.com. Let's pin him. He's at the very top, guys. When you go to agapefitted.com, you're going to get 20% off if it's your first time to buy. First of all. Because that's how John rolls. All right. Once you fill out that information, a phone and an email, whatever it is, then you get into this screen right here. What do you do in this screen? There's a little side here, a little bar. I don't know what you call this, but all the different pages that you can go. There's one page there that says free music. You hit that one, and then it's gonna pop out these two guys. This one I think has one song, if I'm not mistaken. It could have 5. I forgot now. This one here has 10 songs, and it's 10 of the John Sigler's new hits. Let me lower this down a little bit, guys. Well, I'll do that later. It's 10 songs of John Sigler's new hits. All right, we're talking about "So Corrupt," where we expose how they bring in the transsexual movement to the schools. We're talking about "Biden Lies," where we expose that cat. Right, his 19 family members. If y'all didn't know, 19 of his family members got paid off by Russia, by China, by a bunch of people. This already came out, guys, but the media doesn't tell you. They tell you it's a lie. But it's come out. It's come out. Believe me. You go research it, but you'll see it if you find it. And so the media is lying over here. But if you go over here to agapefitted.com, we're gonna get into that now. Go to agapefitted.com. There's merch there. We need support. All right. The apparatus that the devil controls, all the systems that he controls, and he wants to elevate somebody. When he wants to elevate somebody, he's got the systems in place, guys. He's got the radio stations. He's got the money for the marketing. He's got the late night talk shows where he puts these guys on. He's got the award shows where they go on stage and they do all the demonic dances and things that they do. So that's what he's got, right? But he's got a lot of capital. The Christian hip hop community doesn't get a lot of support, guys. All right? We need some capital. So the way we get capital, we give our music for free, as you can see. But the way we get capital is if you can buy the merch. So if you can buy the merch, if you have the means to buy the merch, go over there and buy yourself something. We have a $50 right now deal for a hoodie and a hat combo designed by John Sigler. Matter of fact, let's come in here real quick. And we're going to get into the videos now, guys. Where you at, John? Where you at?
Man, you
that's
see
the deal.
Bro, go ahead and hit that link in my bio to support what we got going on, man. You know we speaking on issues that nobody's speaking about, man. We talking about this stuff because somebody has to talk about it, bro. Somebody got to carry that torch, and God placed it inside of our hearts to be the ones to do so, man. But we need the support of you. So please hit that link in my bio, man. And cop this right here, man. It's a set. It comes with the hoodie. It comes with the hat.
So right there, that's your $50 deal right there, guys. $50 deal, hoodie and hat, plus you get 10 songs of John's latest song music, and you don't even have to. The $50 deal is just the hat and the hoodie. The songs are for free, guys. We give the music for free because we want you guys to hear what's going on in this world. All right, and it makes it a little bit difficult when we charge $1.29 because most people don't have $1.29, even though they're wearing Jordans, as they tell me that they don't have the $1.29 to pay it. So we've eliminated that. You get it for free. So if you can support us in any way, buy some merch. This is not the only thing in there. John has a bunch of things in there. $20 deals, $25 deals, all that stuff, all right? Another thing we're going to talk about before we get into these videos, guys. Come over here. Come over here. First of all, if you're an artist, if you're a producer, if you're a songwriter, if you're a podcaster, a YouTuber, if you preach, anything in the Christian market, anything in the Christian community, you do anything in that sort, and you use social media to promote yourselves. Let's go back over here. We're creating a network on Telegram, and it's designed to increase your social media platforms. But also, not only that, because there's a talk site on our network, you have an ability to network and network with all these amazing artists. Right now, we have D Black, we have Regason that's in the building. What's up, Regason? Humble Gains Fitness. Who else we got here? Is there anybody else? We have a couple of people in there. We have 46 members right now, guys. It's completely for free. Anybody who's in this space right now is completely for free until we get 200. Once we get 200, we're going to charge $50 a month. So if this is something that interests you, if you need a family, if you need support, if you need a network with a bunch of amazing artists, like I said, D Black, John Sigler, Monster Tarver, It's Been Sown, Kenny Knoxville, Bala, Christ Rebel, K Vessel. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on, but I don't want to bore you guys here. There's a bunch of us in there, amazing artists, amazing pastors already. We just picked up a pastor the other day called Enmith. He's got 5 churches in Texas, or I think it's 2 or 3 churches in Texas, and then he's got a couple that he oversees in Mexico, and I believe he said Argentina. So we got amazing people there. So if you want a place to network with amazing people and also build your social media platform, this is your place. Real quick, here it is. Where's the network at? There it is. All right. We're going to leave that alone. 813-410-5957. 813-410-5957. You put that number in your contacts. You reach me over there on Telegram. Leave me a message. Say you're interested. I send you a 5-minute video that explains everything. If you're down, we put you in today. If you're not, there's no hard feelings, guys. All right. So let's get into it. That was the business. Now let's get into this because we got a lot of to talk about tonight. Big bro, what's up, Regason? Hey, whenever you want to come in, you let me know. Santan, what's up, Sad? How you doing? Another Texas brother from Tejas himself, though. Born and raised in Tejas. All right? Who else we got in here? Who we say hi to here? Patty, thank you for coming in. Anista. Zeke, you already know, dog. Matter of fact, if y'all haven't followed Zika, man, y'all need to follow Zika, guys. So Zika's an amazing artist. He's been doing his craft for many, many years. I've filmed a lot of music videos with him. If you want to check out his music videos, just type in Zika or StrongLifeRaw, Zika, and you'll see all the music videos. This guy is amazing. He's amazing, all right? So follow that guy right there. Who else is in here? Man. These freaking buttons, guys. All right, that's it. All right. So now we're going to hit this song, guys. We're going to replay it because I'm going to let it replay into its entirety. Listen to the song. Watch the feds, how they infiltrate protests, and then they instigate the violence. All right? So whenever you're at a protest, my peoples, and anybody says get violent, anybody says go in the Capitol, which we're going to talk about today, that incident right there. Anybody says anything about throwing a rock, let's burn something up, you already know that's an implant. That's a Fed. You need to call them out right away and demask them. That's what this song's all about. Let me stop yapping because y'all didn't come here to hear me talk this much. Y'all want to see what we got here, the information. That's what's the key, right? Let's put it on here, guys. Hold on a second. Let me put you in tight. Where you at, John? John, where you at over here, dog? Hold on a second, guys. John's right over here. All right, let's blow this up. Here you go, guys. Get ready.
Specialist Adam Kinzinger, fake cuck Republican. These people celebrating MAGA assault on federal officers. I ain't celebrating it. I'm saying you should unmask these people. State and reiterate. We do not sanction violence on this channel. But I am in favor of unmasking Antifa, Fed, PSYOP, boys, or literal Nazis.
StrongLifeRaw. John Sigler.
Come on, John. Expose these cats, man. I'm tired of these people.
They infiltrate a quiet protest promoting violence. Don't worry about it. I got a solution to the problem. Demask them, demask them, demask them, demask them. And if they instigate it loud, I won't stop it. Don't worry about it. I got a solution to the problem. Demask them, demask them, demask them, demask them. They in the crowd covering they facing hate. Demask them. They might be the feds.
Come on.
Next time, watch your back and look out for Antifa too. No Pokemon with that mask on. Let's take a Pikachu. And when we come unite together, look what we can do. We sick and tired of all the propaganda. Showing that we let's go. Cracks all the video and don't believe. I'm just like, how much more proof do you need? Shout out to the homie Benny Johnson. Broke Twitter, had over a million people watching. Showing they got a mask on, better watch them. Don't worry about it, I got a solution to the problem. They infiltrate a quiet protest promoting violence. Don't worry about it, I got a solution to the problem. Demask.
You gotta demask them. Expose these cats.
And if they instigate it loud, I won't stop it. Don't worry about it, I got a solution to the problem. Demask them, demask them, demask them, demask them. Demask them, StrongLifeRaw. Demask them, John Sigler. Demask them, demask them. Yes, sir, you already know what time it
You
is.
see the little cowards when you demask them. You see how they run like little cowards.
Demask them, let's unite and fight back.
John, amazing song, John. Amazing song. I sent that song out, guys. I sent that video. Hold on a second, because there's something else gonna play here. You know how this works. I sent that video to John. I think it was over the weekend when Benny put it out. I think it was like a Saturday, and it went viral. I found the thing on Monday. I shared the video to John. We talk a little bit about it, a couple of things that he can write on it, but boom, he's got it done the same day. I think the next day after that, we record the song. He came to, no, this is not the one he came to my house, but I think the next day or the day after he recorded. What's going on, my peeps? What is this, Dave? Dave, what's going on, baby? We talking about demasking sellouts that go to protests, and they infiltrate the protests of the good patriots, and then they want to throw rocks, or they want to say in January 6th, get in the Capitol, get in the Capitol. I don't know if y'all remember that, Mr. Ray Epps. We're talking about Ray Epps tonight, guys. We're going to expose some feds out here tonight. And so when you see that going on, guys, if you're ever at a protest and you see somebody calling for violence, calling for burning, calling for destruction, anything like that, guys, we need to demask these people. Call them out. Hey, dog, no, not over here. What are you talking about? You're a Fed? You're a Fed? And you need to surround that guy and then call the cops so that we know that that's a Fed. That's a Fed, because anybody calling for violence, we already know that nobody should be calling for violence. We don't need violence. That's exactly what they want. We're playing into their hands if you ever get violent. But 99% of the time, it's not the protesters. It's infiltrators that come in, act like the protesters, and then throw rocks, giving the justification for the police to come in and attack the protesters. This is how they roll, guys. We're going to show you how they roll like this, all right? Let's talk about January 6th, guys, because we still have people, we still have patriots out there that for whatever reason, they were escorted in some cases inside the Capitol. And when they were escorted inside the Capitol, there's some people here. What's going on? Serving hard. What's going on, Marcus? Hope you're doing well, Bob. So we got people that they were escorted into the Capitol building. And all they did was take selfies and pictures. And then they were escorted out of the building. Well, because there was violent ones, right? And I believe the violent ones you already know were the Antifa types. Because we saw them there. And the feds, right? Because we're going to show you Ray Epps calling for the violence. Calling to get inside the Capitol the day before, the day after. Which these videos, guys, are very difficult to find. When you type in Ray Epps on YouTube and you say calling for violence, all you're going to see is CNN, NBC, and all that. You have to dig, like I know how to dig, to find these videos. So here you have a Fed in January 6th calling for people to enter the day before, the day after, as they have Antifa-type people in there actually doing the destruction. And in one video, Ray Epps himself is talking to somebody. And as soon as he talks to him and whispers in his ear, the guy goes in and starts breaking barricades. Because that's what these little sellouts do. They sell us out. That's all they sell us out. And then you have people still in prison to this day, guys. Still in prison to this day. Under, what do they call that? Solitary confinement. Which in some cases, that could drive people crazy. You know what I'm saying? When you're under solitary confinement, that's a way to drive somebody crazy. Still to this day, for just going inside the Capitol and taking a selfie for something that Ray Epps, that sellout, is asking everybody to do. Okay? And if I sound a little drowsy, my peeps, I am. I'm tired. I just had this amazing soup. And it's draining me right now. I want to hit the bed right now. But, you know, I'm with you guys. I'm going to stick it out. But bear with me. Check it out. We were talking about Ray Epps. Here we go. Let's go over here, guys. I got this set up over here. Let's listen to this guy. Let me bring you in here close. Let's listen to what they got to say here.
Several suspects accused of assaulting law enforcement during the insurrection by right-wing extremists at the U.S. Capitol. The recordings are of 10 people suspected of being violent offenders. The Bureau is asking for your help identifying them. You see their pictures on the left side. So far, the FBI has arrested more than 300 people who they say took part in the riots. Of those, more than 65 people were taken into custody for assaulting law enforcement officers specifically. Now, if you have any information, you're asked to call the FBI or submit a tip online.
So, guys,
welcome back to the FBI.
Let's break that down for you. That guy in that circle. Let's go to it.
Took part in the riot.
That guy in that circle right there. That's no other. That's the infamous Mr. Ray Epps. Mr. Ray Epps, the FBI agent, Mr. Ray Epps, guys. And now you see how the media they found him. They found him. He's inciting. He's jumping on the cops. He's all this and that. He's telling them, and you're gonna see now a video telling the people to go in the Capitol. And yet the FBI they were hunting him down. They were hunting him down. They actually interviewed the guy, and of course they let him go. Even though he's inciting people to go into the Capitol, breaking the law. Even though there's video of him charging the cops as he's behind the Trump people. Or in front of the Trump people, right? He infiltrates into the Trump people, and then he goes and attacks the cops. Of course, it's the Trump people's fault, right? This is what these sellouts do. They have sold their souls. They have no idea what they're doing to their own brothers and sisters, guys. They think that they're on the winning team, and they've already lost it. They're corrupt to the bone. That's why they do it. You know, they're compromised. They've sold out. So I'm sure they got dirt on these guys. And if they don't play ball, they'll go after them and their family. So they sell us out. That's what they do. They just don't take their medicine and because they've sold out and they've been corrupt, just go to prison for whatever reason. No. I'll still continue to sell us out. I'll still continue. That's what these guys do. Now check this out, guys. I am Mike. What's going on, bro? Hope you're doing well, Baba. Check it out. Now you saw that guy in the circle. That's Ray Epps, the infamous Ray Epps. Now, but the media is just talking about how they found some people, and that's the circle guy is one of the guys that they're looking for. Now check this out. Let's go over here. Let's play a little bit of this. My boy Tucker Carlson. By the way, Tucker Carlson got banned from Fox News because he started exposing these guys. He was the guy that brought out that shaman guy, right? The shaman guy, he was the head. He was the what do they call that? I forgot the organization. Anaton. I forgot the name of it. But they use it like the conspiracy theory nuts. That's what the media plays these guys. And so they walked them around the Capitol. They opened doors for them. The police Capitol police. They opened doors for him. They let him all go all over the place. Peaceful as can be, the guy. That guy did 3 years in prison, guys. 3 years in prison. And they made him out to be like the crazy guy and the leader of the whole January 6th thing. Because of this guy right here exposing those videos that they hid from even his lawyers. They took him out the same week. He exposed them. 3 years in prison, that guy. Lawyers didn't have the tapes that this guy got. He puts out the tapes. In a week, they let him go because these guys have sell us out. They are sellouts, guys. What's going on? Who is this? Carl and Thea. Carl and Thea, what's up, man? So check it out. Let's play some of this so y'all can get the gist of what I'm talking about. Let's get the gist and let's talk about it. Man, and if y'all don't agree, or if y'all agree, or if you don't agree, leave a comment. If you have a question on anything, leave a comment down there. Let's talk about it.
So we're going to go to
Here we go, guys.
That's been brewing tonight. So for weeks, as you know, the January 6th committee has been holding hearings. They've been widely covered on the other channels. We haven't seen the news value in them. But there is a bit of news to emerge from that story, and we want to get to it now. So the New York Times has written hundreds and hundreds of articles about January 6th since it happened, describing it as a riot, an insurrection. As part of its coverage last summer, the Times published a video documentary in which the Times reported that one man was actually caught on camera planning an insurrection, encouraging a breach of the Capitol complex. That man's name is Ray Epps. Now, the New York Times noted that Epps was videotaped on both January 5th and January 6th, urging protesters to storm the Capitol. Here it is.
We need to go in to the Capitol. Let's go! I'm going to put it out there. I'm probably going to go to jail tomorrow. We need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol.
Into the Capitol, guys. This is the day before. The day before. And look how the people cut onto him. Fed. Look at the day of the Capitol.
Now, in a lot of ways, that's the strangest video to emerge.
Strange as the least, my brother. Strange as the least. Why isn't this guy in prison? They're calling for going into the Capitol. Those guys are doing time. Those guys are doing 3-4 years. And a lot of them are under solitary confinement. Why isn't this guy in prison? Why isn't this guy being interviewed? And he is being interviewed because, well, I'll get into that later. But why is this guy not being watched? Why is nobody asking any questions about this guy? Ray Epps. We're on to you, bro. We're on to you. We're on to all the federal agents that were there that day. Because inside the Proud Boys, they're going to talk about. Matter of fact, let's continue it on, guys. Let's continue it on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Here we go.
From January 6th. We played it several times in this show. Quote, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol, Ray Epps tells the crowd. He says it repeatedly. He's so emphatic about it, encouraging other people to commit a crime, that the crowd around him decides he must be a federal agent. They began chanting, as you just heard, Fed. So shortly after that video surfaced, the FBI placed Ray Epps on a list of people wanted for questioning, and they released it to the public. And you can understand why they did that. According to the Justice Department, what Ray Epps did on that video is a federal crime. In fact, the Biden administration has charged several people with seditious conspiracy for doing precisely what you just saw Ray Epps do, urging others to enter the Capitol complex on January 6th. Here, for example, is a quote from a DOJ press release. It describes the federal case against 5 members of the so-called Proud Boys, the group you're supposed to be terrified of. Quote, on January 6, 2021, the defendants directed, mobilized, and led members of the crowd onto the Capitol grounds and into the Capitol. End quote. Again, that's what you just saw Ray Epps.
So, the Proud Boys. These boys are from in the media, they'll tell you that they're white supremacists, right? The leader of the Proud Boys is a Cuban cat. It's a Cuban cat. But they're white supremacists, right? Now, inside the Proud Boys, like 4 or 5 members of the Proud Boys are doing some hard time. Real hard time, like 10 years, 15 years. I forgot how many years they gave it, because each one had different times. Inside the Proud Boys, there was feds infiltrated. They had infiltrated the Proud Boys. I think there was over 20 of them. I forgot the number. It could have been 50. Why don't we know about those feds? If the Proud Boys were such a threat, why were they allowed? If the feds were infiltrated inside the Proud Boys, why were they allowed to go inside the Capitol? Why were they allowed? Right? It's a setup, guys. There's entrapment. They're entrapping these guys. And now they're doing hard time. These are straight soldiers, patriots of this country, and they're doing hard time. Because a lot of us haven't woken up to this reality of this nonsense. And because we haven't, and we sleep in our comfortable homes, these guys have to do hard time for us. For no reason. Just because they were at the Capitol peacefully. And they went in as they were escorted at most points, right? You can see videos of the people breaking in windows and all that. And even that was feds in there. There was feds breaking windows. And there was feds inside wearing MAGA hats before they even broke in. This is stuff that they don't show you on the MSNBC and CNN, guys. All right? Because that's what these people do. I mean, that's what the media is. The media is controlled by the very deep state that controls the politicians, because it's a global mafia. It's a global mafia. They control the media of all the worlds. And they pump us with information. And propaganda, guys, propaganda is powerful. If not, it wouldn't exist, right? It was created over there by gerbils over there in the Nazis, right? Some guy in the Nazis over there. And it's powerful. That's why advertisement exists, right? That's why they'll spend $1 million on a 30-second commercial on the Super Bowl, because they know that once they put that message in there, whatever the message they want, that you'll go and buy their product. So, because a lot of us don't want to wake up, because a lot of us don't, politics. I don't want to talk about politics. Because you don't want to talk about politics, these guys are doing hard time. The Proud Boys, right? And other organizations. There was a guy from the Oath Keepers. The Oath Keepers is an organization it was started by a Marine lawyer from Harvard, and everybody in the Oath Keepers, because it's Oath Keepers, right? It's military or police, ex-military and police for the most part, and that's part of the Oath Keepers. Again, the media will tell you that they're an extremist group and they're a tough militia that's out for people. No, the Oath Keepers are not that, guys. Go do some research on the Oath Keepers. The Oath Keepers do amazing work. I'm not an expert at the Oath Keepers, but I followed them years ago. And they were no extremist group. They were just calling out the corruption of the government. And they were standing in the way. They were standing in the way between the government and us, right? Because these are the frontline soldiers. And those guys are doing time now. The leader of the Oath Keepers, I forgot his name now, but that's the Marine and the lawyer from Harvard. I forgot how many years they gave him for just being around the Capitol. I'm not sure if he's one that went in, but for being around there, and they hit him with the conspiracy thing. So again, guys, this is important information. This is important for us to start not being so naive and so led by what these people say, because all these people are sellouts on the TV. You already know that, man. If you're on one side or the other, you already know that one side or the other, whatever news station you listen to, the other side is evil. The other side is bad. The other side is selling out. They're propagandas. And the other side says, no, the other side is. So obviously there's propaganda. There's something happening. Somebody's lying. Now it's just to figure out who's lying. Well, I just showed you a clip of Ray Epps himself saying, in the Capitol. Go in the Capitol, guys. And I can show you other clips, but they're hard to find. There was clips of him literally talking to somebody, and seconds later, the guy rushes into the barricades and breaks down barricades. And it was not only him, it was a bunch of them. A bunch of guys like him. He was just the leader, I guess, of the group. So, why didn't the media tell us that? Right? The MSNBC won't tell you that. Matter of fact, you know what they'll do to him? You know what they do? Let me show you what they do, guys. This is what the media does.
Knocking her down.
And he wasn't part of the violence.
There's
a big difference.
This is the little sellout. The sellout Ray Epps, Mr. Ray Epps. Let me not put his wife. Let me put him. So you can see his little face very clear. So this is the guy that was calling for the entering of the Capitol. The one that was pushing people to go in the day before, the day after. And now here's 60 Minutes giving him a little puff piece about how he's not the guy and he didn't call for violence and he's a great dude. This is what they do there, because the devil has all this apparatus. He's got 6 corporations own about 92% of all the media that you listen to. That you hear, and that you read. They control everything, guys. They control the information, the flow of information. The only ones that can break through that flow of information is if you just don't listen to it and take it in. If you listen to it, take it in, and then you redo your own research. And at that point, the truth will set you free, because you'll find the truth if you're looking for it. Right? If you're not biased, if you're not looking for a specific, I'm a right and I'm looking for the bad or the left and the left and the right. This is a division. This is how they have us divided, guys. It's that whole left-right paradigm. All right? So here's Ray Epps' little puff piece. Let me just give you a minute or two of what they got. 60 minutes.
Frank's there.
Ray Epps was never seen committing an act of violence that day or entering the Capitol. Epps told us when he saw the violence, his fervor to enter the...
Look at this, right, guys? So as the camera crew wasn't there in the other videos, there was just personal people, right? As he's calling for people to go into the Capitol, go into the Capitol, go into the Capitol. As he's calling for people to go into the Capitol, the next day, as the thing is occurring, now he sees a camera crew, right? How smart is he, right? Oh, guys, hold on. Don't get over here, guys. Don't get over here. In front of the camera crew, because obviously this is all planned out. This is the footage that they're using to justify that. No, he was a great guy. This guy's an amazing guy. Meanwhile, you see the video of him go into the Capitol. Go into the Capitol. But this is what the piece that they run with. Let's see what they got. How come they don't show us that video? How come they didn't show us the 60-minute video, 60-minute little puff piece here? That video. Well, I mean, you could make up your own mind on why. But here you go. Let's just look at a little bit more.
Building became a desire to play peacemaker.
He's a peacemaker now, guys.
They're not the enemy. Appreciate yes.
And police
he's a great guy.
cam video backs him up.
I thought I could stop it. So I went back and forth. I talked people down and worked the line back.
Look at
and
this
forth.
guy. Look at this guy.
Step down. We're good here. That kind of thing. And I kept it that way for quite some time. Take a step back. We're holding ground. We're not trying to get people hurt.
Right in front of the camera
They
crew.
don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get hurt.
Yep.
Epps says he left the Capitol grounds to help evacuate an injured man. The time, 2:54 p.m.
No, this guy's a saint, guys. This guy's a saint. Where's the video of him calling the people to go inside the Capitol? Where's that video? They got him in multiple occasions. Where's the video of him talking to somebody and having them rush into the barricade? Where's the video of him actually rushing the barricade himself and rushing the cops, right, as he's right behind Trump flag people, rushing the cops? Where's those videos? Why aren't they talking about those videos? Because these people have sold us out, my friends. They have sold us out. All right? Man, y'all, if y'all want to chime in on any question, on anything, or what you're seeing here, is this not true? Is this true? Have y'all seen this? Have y'all heard this information before? Y'all chime in. Let me know. Because this is insane of what they're doing over here. We literally have, my friends, we literally have people in our government that are willing to sacrifice our freedoms. Everything that a lot of soldiers and a lot of people have died before us. Including, you can go all the way back to the founding fathers, guys, to give us this freedom that we have. And you have these guys, these little communists, because that's what they are. They think that they're playing, they'll be on the right team, and they have no idea. They don't know that in communist countries, the people, the leaders that led up, the ones that they used to bring about their communist dictatorship, those guys were killed off right away. He didn't get the memo. He didn't get that memo, apparently. So that's what we have here, guys. We're stuck in this situation. We're stuck in a situation where we literally have the deep state, the feds, CIA operatives, the NSA listening to all our phones and our messages. I'm sure they're listening right now, or they could listen to it if they want to, because everything's recorded, guys. Everything is downloaded. So the day they want to come after me, the day they want to come after any... Listen, guys, if they come after Trump, they can come after anybody, right? If they come after the man himself because he's questioning the election. This is the latest one, guys. He's questioning the election. And so because he questions the election, not only do they incite him or indict him, they indict Giuliani, they indict his lawyer, a ton of people that are in his circle. Because he's fighting. He's directly fighting these people, these sellouts. And that's why they're coming after him hardcore, guys. What do you guys think about anything going on? Anybody has any questions? Let me look through here. I'm here, Humble Gates. You're here, dog, but you're not. You didn't. You have to ask to request. You got to request to get in. If you're still here, Regason, request it because I can't get you. Normally, when somebody requests, it goes red at the bottom there. So request to get in, man. Anybody else has anything here? Let me see. Regas, big bro. Can we get the same design and t-shirt and workout sleeves, hoodies? I'm sure we can, Shantan. We're gonna find out what you want there. What up, hey, my dog. Oh yeah, Shantan, are you still here? Christ Rebel, what's up, dog? How you doing, baby? Hey guys, the network. Let me real quick talk about the network. If you're a Christian artist, if you're a singer, songwriter, producer, podcaster, YouTuber, photographer, videographer, anything in that space, guys, and you want a place to grow your social media platform at the same time network with some of the most amazing Christian hip-hop people that you'll ever meet, call me up, 813-410-5957. Don't call me. You can call me, but don't call me. Find me on Telegram. Find me on Telegram, 813-410-5957. Put that number in your contact. Find me on Telegram, and then I'll send you a 5-minute video that explains everything. If you're in today. If you're not in, it's okay. All right? So, and I mentioned that because Humble Gains Fitness is part of the network. Christ Rebel is part of the network. I'm going to get Marcus here soon, part of the network. Which is, Marcus goes by something hard. I forgot what you go by, Marcus. I think he already left the building. Who else is waving? Let me wave at Cesar. What's up, Cesar? So we're talking about all this corruption that's happening, guys. Ray Epps, the FBI agent, being caught saying to go inside the Capitol. Nothing happens to him. Meanwhile, there's our people in there, the Patriots, locked up 3, 4, 5 years. You know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We have to really, my peeps, listen, in the next year and a half, in my opinion, in the next year and a half, we have to be very vigilant. It's time to, Regason, I think you're coming in, dog. Here we go. And even though they're smaller numbers, they have power. They control a lot of things. So you could only imagine. Their backs are against the wall. The people are calling them out. Fed, fed, fed. As he's coming in. What's up, Regason? How you doing,
my bro?
baby?
Hey, what's good?
I know. I already know that, bro. You are blessed and highly favored. My peeps, that's Regason right there. Yeah.
I got brothers like you, bro. Like I got brothers like you.
Come on now, roll dogs, roll dogs. By the way, guys, this is Regason. Humble. He goes by Humble Gains. The reason why he goes by Humble Gains, guys, is because this guy has some of the biggest freaking arms you'll ever see in your life. He's not gonna come out and I mean, I would. I come out and show you the guns, but this guys are so big that it might take up the whole screen. So don't do it, Regason. Don't do it. Oye.
Nah. We ain't here for none of that, man.
Regason, tell us a little bit about your working out, dog. What got you into working out? Because I seen some pictures of you, bro, back in the day, and you were like 100 pounds wet, soaking wet. What happened to you, dog? You got bullied in high school?
Yeah.
Somebody bullied you, and you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna get big."
Nah, never that. You know I'm a Christian man, but
New York cat guys. These guys don't play around. These New Yorkers don't play around.
Nah, for me was my health, man. For a long time, man, I used to well, first of all, I used to smoke cigarettes back to back. That was one thing. My diet was all over the place, and I would pass kidney stones on a constant basis. Like every 2 days, I would pass 2 to 3 kidney stones. Like I had medicine bottles full.
How big's the stone? What was the biggest stone? What was the biggest one?
And anywhere between 2.5 to 3 millimeters. Like yeah, they were not little stone, and then you gotta pass them, so it's very, very painful. And the last time I went to the doctor, he told me, he said, listen, man, if you don't get your health right, what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna develop more issues, and then your health is gonna go to crap. And it scared me, man, because I was tired of just going through the pain, you know. So where I live at in the complex that I live at, they had a little gym. So I started just, researching stuff on YouTube and researching stuff on the internet, what I could do to get my health right. And I started going to the little gym here in the apartments, man, and I did that for a few months, and and they only had like 60 pounds was the max that they had. So finally, I'm pushing the 60 pounds like it was nothing. So I'm like, I really need to step it up and really just go to a different gym. So I went ahead and I got a membership with Crunch, and I never looked back, man. I just kept consistent, switched my diet up as far as, I started, eating certain things, and still to this day, my diet ain't perfect, man. Sometimes I eat whatever I want, but my metabolism is crazy. Like it's just crazy. So I eat a lot, my brother Christwell always makes fun of me, man, because every time he called me, I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, for me it was my health, man. I wanted to be around for my loved ones. You know what I mean? And be able to continue to put in the work for the kingdom, man. So, I just decided to just do it, man. And for anybody that want to do it, man, it's really on you, man. If you really want to do it, man, you stay consistent. And for me, my hardest thing was getting to the gym at times, right? And I watched a video from a guy one time, and he says, listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all don't show up to the gym because the hardest thing about the gym is showing up to the gym, right? He says, once you get to the gym, you got to take care of business, right? Because you there, you know what I mean? And for me, that's what it clicked. And I always thought of it like that, right? And even in the days that I didn't want to go, I would show up because I knew that as soon as I showed up and I walked through those doors, it was time to go to work. You know what I'm saying? But it was completely different mind frame, you know what I mean? And like I said, bro, I quit smoking cigarettes, and just changed everything around, man. And thank God to this day, man. I done gained weight. At one point I was at 192. Right now I did a shred before I got injured, because I dealt with an injury for almost 6 months. Herniated disc, my L1 S5. So it kind of put me out for about 7 months. Back form on the deadlift, right? So to anybody that's watching, man, don't ever focus on the amount of weight that you can move, right? The amount of weight you move don't matter if you're forming right.
Form is king when it comes to deadlift and squats.
Form
for everything.
It's key for everything. You know what I mean? Because bad form eventually is gonna lead to an injury. You know what I mean? So for me, man, it was just getting it right,
been
man.
training?
And like I said, now it's been about
4 years?
now.
Oh yeah, what you been injecting in those arms, dog? What you been putting in those arms, dog?
Bro, you keep saying the arms.
Look at the size of those things,
it's
guys.
not even like
He wasn't even flexing, and the thing was like this.
Nah. Right now, to be honest with you, man, they are at 21 and a quarter.
No,
20 and a
almost
quarter.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So
Arnold Schwarzenegger had like 21 inches. Okay, 23. You're right there.
Yeah. My goal is 22. That's why every time I have an arm day, I'm working on my 22s. You know what I mean? Because that's my goal, is to get them at 22. But man, like I said, man, anybody could do it, man. It's just consistency and how bad do you want it. It's like anything, right? It's like what you do. It's like what you do, right? Like what you said. I've been watching the video for a little bit, and you say, hey guys, even though I'm feeling it, I'm still here, right? That's dedication. That's you wanting to do it, right? The same thing with the network that we're all a part of, right? It takes a special type of person to do what you do in the way that you do it, right? A lot of times when you start in certain things, right, you might have people that are part of something, and everybody might not be participating at the beginning, right? So it takes a special type of person to keep that motivation and keep working at it, right? Because when you believe in something, you can't just walk away from it just that easy, right? And that's one thing about myself. I've always believed in myself, especially when it came to the training. I always believed in myself hard enough, right, to know that I can do it, right? With the music the music, for me, it's different, right? Because when I write, I have to be led by the Spirit of God, right? Because when you hear my music, I want you to feel the Spirit of God coming through the music, right? So for me, you know, at times, if spiritually I'm going through something, my pen might not be moving the way that it normally moves. You know what I'm saying? But with the gym, it's always go, 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 go. So it has, over time, now that I've been doing it for so long, it has developed something in me, right? Like this light just clicked on, like no matter what, bro, you could do it. Whether it's the music, don't put the feelings aside. And that's one thing that I've always that always kind of held me back, right? Because I always compare my music to other people's music. I always, you know, judge my music like, you know, is it really good enough? You know what I'm saying? Like can it stand with what's out there right now? You know, and for me, bro, music for me is just a tool, right? I never planned to be famous. You know what I'm saying? I never planned to, when I was in the world, man, I would have sold my soul. I would have sold my soul to be famous when I was in the world, right? And when I gave my life to Christ, it's like God just took that from me, right? And God said, look, you know, the music is different now. So I always focus on my music being able to minister to somebody versus anything else. You know what I'm saying? And now when, you know, having people like yourself, John,
He's
man, my brother
on here now. He's
Christ
leaving you
Webber,
messages down there.
my brother Jesus, when new music
Hey,
comes,
tomorrow
he
we're
got
shooting a
this in his
music
hands.
video. So it's coming soon.
Yeah, we're shooting a music video tomorrow. It's coming soon. But yeah, having people like you guys, and you know, for a while there, man, I just stood back. I just pulled everything back. I didn't do anything musically. I focused a lot on the ministry, trying to reach the troubled youth. You know what I'm saying? And it blessed me in so many ways. But for me now, because there's so much motivation around me, right? And there's so many people that I consider my brothers that are doing their thing. It just making me it sparked that fire in me, man. And I'm ready to go again. Like I'm focused. Like with the clothing line that I'm working on, you know, with the music, it just in general, like, you know, bodybuilding the same way. I'm planning on doing a show by the beginning of next year. You know what I'm saying? So just all around, man, just trying to stay motivated, trying to stay focused, and keep pushing for the kingdom, bro. That's the most important, man. At the end of the day,
Oh,
man,
you hit on something very important there,
So,
because this is all about, you were saying how the gym, you activate yourself in the gym, right? You go to the gym and something takes over because you're in there. It's the atmosphere, guys. This is why you are a reflection of the 5 closest people you hang out with, because in the atmosphere, if you go to the gym, right? But you can work out at the house. Anybody can work out in the house, but it's very difficult to work out at the house unless you like to work out. If you're trying to work out, you go to the gym for the simple reason is that the atmosphere, once you get there, even if you don't want to go, just go to the gym. And as you sit there, just sit there and watch the people. You will be motivated to move and work out. Well, this is what you're saying there, Regason, with what was happening with the network. It triggers. It's the
triggers.
atmosphere.
Yeah, it triggers. It's the same thing. And talking about the network, right? You know, the reason why I'm a part of the network is because of you.
The man,
Keep it 100, right? Because of you and John Siggy, because y'all my brothers, right? And as brothers, right? As not just as brothers, right? But you know, as Christians, as Christian men, right? And women, we should be supporting each other, right? That was one thing that really pushed me back. That had me just say, you know what? I'm gonna push this music back, and I'm really not gonna be doing the music thing for a while, because I felt like that the Christian community wasn't supporting.
They really don't. They want everything
right?
free.
And I feel me, well, not only that, right? But for example, you my brother, right? You my brother. So, if you were to do music, right, there's no reason why I should be in competition with my brother.
No doubt about it.
You see what I'm saying? We should be here. We should be here to elevate one another, right? If I was in a higher spot in the Christian hip hop world, right, then my job, right, as a man of God, right, is to reach down to the ones that got the talent, that got, you know, the anointing. You feel me? Because that's the most important, is to have the anointing. Our job is to reach back and bring them up, you know. But if I get to a certain status and now it's just keeping all the little secrets to myself and not wanting to help everybody, that's selfish. That's how I look at it. So for a long time there, it discouraged me, man. It discouraged me to the point where I even questioned God about it a lot of times, right? Me and Christ Rebel would have multiple conversations about this, and I will express to him my frustrations back and forth. Me and John the same way, right? Because I feel like our job is to encourage one another and push one another to be the best, right? If I'm your brother and I'm not pushing you to walk in your purpose, then I'm not your brother, bro. It's that simple. And the network does just that, right? The network is a place where everybody can share their stuff, right? And you got real people liking your stuff, right? Whether it's 2 likes right now, or it's 5 likes, or it's 20 likes, or it's 100 likes, right? That's not really the point. The point is that you're getting the people that are supporting you are real people, right? It's not somebody behind a robot. You know what I'm saying? Having the bot just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many of us that have so much to say, right? That can help somebody change their life, that can encourage somebody to do better, right? That this, bro, we have to be able to. People have to be able to see this, and if we're not supporting one another, then the algorithm.
For sure, well, everybody's being sensitive. You're talking about Christ.
Keeping us in the hole. You know what I mean? So it's our job to be able to push one another and get to that next level, right? This ain't about Regason being the best minister or the best artist in the world. I could care less about that, bro. All I want to do is just be able to work for the kingdom, be able to uplift my brothers and sisters, and you know what? I know that at the end, God wants the best for us. So I know the capital is gonna come, right? Because we doing all the right things, and that's why I became a part of the network, because as your brother, I believe in your vision, right? And I know your heart. Most importantly, I know your heart. I know that at the end of the day, your heart is for the people. For anybody that don't know JC, I just want to let this be known, man. This man, since I've known this man from day one, this man has done nothing but show me love. 1. 2 is his heart is for the people. Like, he really wants to help expand the kingdom of God. You don't find too many people like that nowadays that are doing it genuinely from the heart, and all they asking is for a little bit of support. You know, it don't always got to be the money, but a share, a like, you know what I'm saying, a comment, and encouragement. You know what I'm saying? These are things that help us. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm having a bad day today and JC comes and he's like, yo, what's up, my bro? With that infectious energy, you know what I'm saying? It literally puts a smile in my face, man. And it's like, man, like I needed that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're here for, man, at the end of the day, man. So, you know, I just want everybody to know, man, that JC is one of the realest dudes that I know, man. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And that heart, man, his heart, man, is you listen, man. If you can't see God working in this man, then you blind. I just gotta say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like God is really working through this man, and the vision that God has given this man is grand. We're not talking, JC don't think on little scales. That's one thing I realized about JC. It's never a little scale. JC thinks big, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, because thinking big makes you work harder to get to that point. And I got much love and respect for you, bro. Like 100%, bro. You know I tell you all the time.
You see why I love these people, my peeps. You see why I love these people. It's about to make me cry over here.
Well, we need more of that. We need more of that, bro. We need more of that. You know what I'm saying? You could never be too proud to tell your brother how you feel about your brother. You know what I'm saying? I tell Christ Rebel all the time, I love you, bro. People might hear me and be like, crazy?
Sure.
But that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? He was my brother before I even met him. You know what I'm saying? And that's, man, listen, that till I have no breath left in me, that will always be my bro. Like, real talk. Like, man, I'm a Christian man, boy, but I will do some things behind the people that I love. You hear me? Like certain people you just don't mess with when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know what I mean? It's just like you know, you got the same thing. You got love for people, and you are willing to do whatever it takes for your people to be able to get to that next level, man. And that's what the kingdom needs, JC.
Amen, bro.
That's what we
Amen.
lacking. It's the unity. It's the unity. Everybody talk, oh, well, I'm Christian this. Well, where's the unity at? I'm just saying, man. And people can get upset if they want to. That's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah,
I
I know
sleep
that.
good at night. You hear me? I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's what we need. If we have more unity, man, you know what I'm saying? Then you will see that we will be able to expand the kingdom of
For
God.
sure. Listen, we have everything around us. We've always had everything around us. Our people are there. We have amazing producers. The talent is in the Christian hip hop. The talent is over here, not in the secular world. The secular world is talking about you can't even understand what they're saying half the times.
The secular world is sitting there telling your daughters that it's okay to sleep with 5, 6,
what do they
7,
call
8,
it?
9, 10
Body
boys
count.
at the same
Get your
time.
body count.
You feel where I'm coming from? Right. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's not cool. The secular world is the one that's sitting there poisoning. And you know, I used to tell when I was doing the juvenile ministry, right? I found out because I was doing some research, right? And these secular rappers, right? A lot of these secular rappers that these kids look up to, right? Here are these kids, because bro, I've seen it with my own eyes. I idolizing all these lyrics, right? But meanwhile, all these rappers' kids are going to private schools and can't even listen to their own pop's music because they don't want to expose them to that. But it's okay for them to expose their kids to it, though. You see what I'm saying? The same thing with this government, bro. Everybody crooked. Everybody out here crooked, bro.
Once those guys are being told, they're being groomed, right? They got talent or somewhat talent. We're gonna groom you. Hey, come over here. If you play ball with us, we're gonna take you high levels. At that point, they start selling. You have to start giving in. They start telling you, hey, what clothes to wear, and they see if you wear it. And what song? Hey, listen, I got a song here that I wrote here from one of the best writers. Can you sing this? Can you write? Can you rap on it? And then they start compromising. And then before you know it, it's too late because they got the fortune and fame. They literally tell us that they've signed their souls to the devil. And their songs, they tell us all that.
Oh yeah,
hit it with that.
Oh yeah. Listen, JC, about a year and a half ago. I have a friend of mine. His name is Sinai, right? And Sinai lives in Atlanta. Now, his cousin is one of the CEO, well, not CEOs, but one of the big time in Sony Records. Okay. Now listen. Now, look at how Satan approached me, bro. These are real facts. He approached me with offering me $350,000 signing on bonus to sign with Sony Records. I was going to be writing for 5 different artists, right? But I could no longer write about Christ. I could no longer
so
write
you were already
about what God
Christian.
did
You were
for
already
me.
Christian rapper, and they
what I'm
approached
saying?
you.
Oh, I was already Christian. This is about a year and a half ago. Yeah, I had already given my life to God. I've been writing music for God for several years now. You know what I'm saying? So exactly my point. We can all use 350,000. So he said, look, you'll be writing for 5 artists, right? The thing is that you can't write nothing Christian. It can't be nothing religious. You're gonna have to write about the way you used to write when you was in the world, right? And I told him, I said, bro, I can't do that. I said, I can't switch up on God like that, man. After what God did for me, you know what his response to me was?
Talk to me. What did he say?
He says, oh no, listen, man. All you got to do is just do it for like a year or so. And then when you're done with that, you can go right back to the Christian world. Like it was a game. Like
Like my relationship with God was a
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Like, bro, you think this is a game for me? I told him,
Because it is for them.
this ain't no game.
For them it's a game. They'll sell out either way.
Oh,
It don't matter as long as they get the money.
Absolutely. Absolutely, right? For them, it was a game. It was more like, yo, you know, you can take these 350,000, you could write for these 5 artists, right? And then you could do it for about a year, maybe 2 years, right? And then after that,
you go back.
And then after that, you can just go right back to God and just
like your Christian people are gonna respect that.
like this is watered down over here or something, man. Like my
Yeah,
relationship with God is my relationship with God. And I don't care who understands it or they don't. At the end of the day, I know the relationship that I have with God. And because I value that and I cherish that to the fullest, I can't sell my soul, bro. I literally, and listen, wife could tell you, bro, like real stuff, offering me $350,000 to sign a record deal with Sony Records.
And this is why Regason, this is why all these cats that have sold out, I don't dislike them. It's not that I dislike them and they call them sellouts all the time, but I pray for these people.
Right.
Because anybody young, up and coming, that has a little bit of talent and they get offered, because imagine if they come to you, they're coming to everybody else. And they get offered that 350, they'll sell out, right? Because you're young, you want the car,
the chain,
you'll sell out.
Chains, you know, the bling bling, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about for them.
And then this is why when they sell out, because as you go gaining levels, you have to do certain things. And for the men, they got to give it up. They got to give it up for another man, if you get what I'm saying. And so to get to the top levels, that's where it's all at. And it even gets crazier than that. But as you go along, you start compromising, and then before you know it, these guys are all in. They're all in. They've done things to the guys. They've allowed things to be done to them, and now they've sold out. But now they got the matches and all that, and this is why they go into depression as far as getting into alcohol and drugs and all that, because they know what they've done. Yeah. Obviously, if there's a devil and they know that they work for the devil, there's got to be a God. Right. So over time, when you're 20, it doesn't matter because you think you're gonna live till you're 90. Mm-hmm. But when you're 40 or you're 35, 40. Now you've already seen 20, 15 years pass away. So you know it's coming. You know 60's around the corner. And now you start contemplating death, and you know you signed it away. You signed your soul. Which, for you guys, if there's any time that any artist who listens to me, any of these big game artists, if y'all ever find this video in any way, know that you don't sell your soul to no devil. Oh, now if you come out against him after he gives you the power and fortune, he might take your life. But it's better for you to get your life taken that way and being right with Christ, because the eternal life is the king, guys. The eternal life is who you really are, that spiritual being that leaves this body when this body dies. And that's the important life that you got to take care of. If they take you out now, it doesn't matter. You're going to die anyways. So repent and and walk away from your wicked ways. Come over to the right side. And believe me, we have a support system here at Strong Life. It's called the Network. Y'all reach us out. Any artists, any of those big artists, you come over here. Jay-Z, come over here, dog. We're gonna protect you. We won't allow the devil to get into your way. We're gonna put hands on you. We're gonna pray for you. Right. All right, dog. It's Beyonce, same thing. We're gonna pray for all you guys. Come over here. But y'all gotta repent and get away from your wicked ways and get your butts over here. Because if not, where you're heading, you already know where you're heading. I don't even have to tell you guys.
Yeah,
don't hit it up on that.
A lot of people, JC, don't realize that the Satan could bless you too, man. See, people think all the blessings come from God, but Satan could bless you too. And what happens when Satan gives you these blessings, right? And then ask for all kind of things in return. What happens the minute you don't do something that he asks you to do in return? They coming for you, bro.
Yeah, you end up like DMX.
It's just plain and simple. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like for me, man, like listen, man, I said in one song that I wrote, I said, I'll die for Jesus, but I'll live for Christ. Think about what I just said.
Yeah.
I'll die for Jesus, but I'm still gonna live for Christ. What, bro? Yeah. This is flesh, bro.
The flesh.
This ain't home. We going to a completely different place, man.
No doubt about it. this is what confuses us, Regason. This is what confuses us. Because we think that anytime I hear people talking about black, white, Hispanic, I already know if they're talking about Hispanic people this or black people that or white people this, I already know that they're in the flesh. They have no idea who they really are, because when you really come into Christ and you understand your spiritual nature, you no longer look at people for their color. You look at people for truly, like Martin Luther King said, for the content of their character. Yeah. And when you really come to the spirituality, you even go beyond that, because we all are flawed, my peoples. We all are flawed. We all have character flaws. But even though I roll with all type of characters, right? All type of character flaw people that are liars, people that think that they're not humble or they're too cocky, all the different character flaws that they're out there. But even though they have those character flaws, I still look at the best in them, because this is what happens when you become spiritual. You still know that, because you have problems too. You have character flaws too, my peeps.
All of us.
I have them too.
All of us.
So we all do. So I try to look at the people even through their character flaws of their goodness, my peeps. This is what loving your brother and sister. This is what all that means. If we were really talking about it, because a lot of us use it in words. We go to church, we raise our hands, but as soon as we walk out, somebody talks. Oh, I don't want to talk to that. That's a stranger. My peeps, the skin. We gotta get past the flesh. We gotta get past the flesh, because this is not who we are. Our power comes from the source, from God Himself, that created us. He breathed us into this existence, to the physical body. But what we really connected is through the spirit. We're connected all through the spirit. There's no color in spirit. Hit us up with something, Jeff.
If we're not loving people, if we're not encouraging people, if we're not letting people know that it's okay to have flaws, that it's okay to not be okay. You get where I'm coming from? Like, listen, man, God is going to accept you whether you broken, whether you rich, whether you poor. It don't matter. You ain't got to feel like you got to get right before you come to God, man. Just make the decision. You make a choice, man, and that's all it takes. Because I come from, my background is nothing nice. Like I done some things in my past life. You know what I'm saying? Things that I'm not proud of. You know what I'm saying? I too, like Melvin, was a gang member. You know what I'm saying? And all this extra stuff. And I did a lot of bad stuff, right? And at one point, I also thought that, man, you know, with everything that I done, man, like God don't want nothing to do with me. But you know what God did, bro? He put His arms right around me, bro. Gave me an embrace that changed my life forever, right? And a lot of people, I say this all the time, people that don't believe in God, it's because they ain't been touched by the Spirit of God. Because the minute that the Spirit of God touch you, bro, there's no turning back. When you feel that touch, and a lot of people, right? And this is the thing, right? A lot of people that haven't felt the Spirit of God, right? Because not everybody gets touched by the Spirit of God right away, right? But a lot of people that don't get touched by the Spirit of God or haven't felt that, they still have, God had, whether they realize it or not, God has still touched them in some type of way. Because all of us. In order for you to believe in God, right, you have to have been touched by the Spirit, bro, in some type of way. Maybe you didn't have this voila moment, you know what I'm saying? This grand moment. Trust me when I tell you, the Spirit of God touched you in some type of way.
No doubt. You didn't have a moment like when Melvin Negron touches you and you go into like spirit. Because that's what he does. This guy, Melvin Negron, he's in the building, guys. Hey, when that guy touches you, puts hands on you, this guy's so powerful that Holy Spirit starts working in you. You lose control of your functions. Right. You start moving around all over the place.
But go ahead, man. Why Melvin could do that, though?
Why is that?
Because he has positioned himself to be used by God, right? He has positioned to be a vessel for the kingdom of Christ, right? And listen, anybody right now that has a relationship with God and it's not being used by God, you want to know why you ain't being used by God? Because you have not positioned yourself to be used by God. It's that simple.
That's it.
It's really that simple. You see where I'm coming from?
Oh,
and that goes for anything. Gym, everyday life, relationships. Bro, it's all, I mean, you literally have to have that dedicated. There got to be a sense of dedication, bro. You have to be dedicated to what you do, whether it's ministry, whether it's podcasting, whatever the case may be. There has to be some type of level of dedication, one, right? And second of all, right, there has to be a certain level of, what's the word that I'm looking for, right? You don't, okay, this is the word I'm looking for. There has to be a, right? There has to be a certain standard. You're not for God and do it the worst way you could possibly do it. You get where I'm coming from? Like when you doing things for the kingdom of God, if I gave my 100 to the enemy when I was in the world, what make you think I'm not gonna give my 100 to my maker, to my savior, to my redeemer? You get what I'm saying? So I see a lot of people that call themselves Christians and they're trying to do certain things for the kingdom of God, right? But their standard is way down here. And I'm like, yo, how can you be okay with doing that type of thing, right? And not that I'm being judgmental, right? Because I love everybody. But what I'm trying to say is, look, if we out here, right, and we brothers and sisters and we doing things for the kingdom of God, right, then there has to be a standard. We should be doing greatness and trying to walk in that, you know what I'm saying? Because if we're not doing our best for the kingdom of God, then what are we doing, bro?
No doubt about it.
There shouldn't be no jealousy between you and I. There shouldn't be no competition between me and you, or me and John Siggy, or me and my brother Solo, or me and my brother Christ Rebel, or me and Melvin. We should be here to uplift one another, bro.
People buy records from. I'm sorry.
All of us.
Sorry, go ahead.
The kingdom is big enough for all of us, JC. You get where I'm coming from?
I get you exactly. People buy records. People, I don't know if people understand this. For the competition people that think everything's competition. When I buy a record, guys, I don't just buy records from Regason. I buy records from Christ Rebel. I buy records from Don Sigler. I buy records from everybody. Right? I don't just buy records from one person. So anybody who thinks that this is competition, like a personal, one-on-one competition, the only competition you have is yourself. If you produce an album and you sell 10 records, then your competition is yourself. The next album you push, you got to push 20 records. And then so on and so forth. As you build, you'll build up. But there's no competition between people because people might love Regason. Like you were saying a little while ago, that you don't want to be the best rapper. The best rapper, Regason, is all relative. Because somebody might love you, but then somebody else doesn't love you, and then somebody else likes Christ Rebel. Right. And they might not like you, and then or you like him, and you get what I'm saying. Everybody doesn't like particular people. It's all about, what their flow, what they grew up with, what kind of beats they like, what kind of flow. Right. So there is no competition between all, brothers and sisters. We gotta get that competition. If anybody has that, we gotta get that out of the way. There is no competition. Your only competition is you. Go ahead, Regason.
Look at the apostles, right? Right? When you think of the apostles, right? Everybody had an assignment. Everybody was doing something for what? For the kingdom, right?
No doubt.
Everybody coming together for the kingdom. That's what we got to do. This is our job, y'all. If we're not coming together for the kingdom of God to further the kingdom, then what are we doing, man? For real. Like we just, you see what I'm saying? Because it's bigger than you and I, JC. You get where I'm coming from? This is about literally using the gifts that God has placed in us to listen. The highest place to be is at Christ's feet. That's simple. There's no higher feet, right? A lot of people seeking for validation. The word of God says that only God can validate you. In Psalms, I can't think of what Psalms is that, but there's a certain Psalms that said that he will validate you. He will validate you in the brighter day and stamp you with approval at high noon. So saying if the approval comes from God, the validation comes from God. What are we out here seeking? If I'm out here and I call myself a man of God, then I should be encouraging people, right? I should be loving on people, right? I should be walking.
They should see God in you. They should see God in you.
Bro, perfectly said, right? Perfectly said. Why? Because that is our job. This is what we're called for, man. If me as your brother, right? If I say that I'm your brother, JC, and anytime you're going through something or anytime something's going on, and I'm not guiding you and I'm not pushing you to continue to walk in your purpose, then how can I call myself your brother?
Right.
You get where I'm coming from? Bro, I've had
Totally.
with John Siggy. I've had conversation with Christ Rebel where, hey, if you slipping, they could tell you that I'm gonna be the first one to let them know, hey, bro, you gotta tighten up. Like you ain't tripping, you tripping, right?
That's a true brother.
If I see my brother slipping and I ain't saying nothing to my bro and I'm just watching him go down the drain, then I'm no better than he is. I can't call myself your brother. So that's the biggest thing for me, man, is that, you know, look, let me ask you a question, because I really, one of the reasons why I wanted to get on here is because I have a question for you, JC.
Amen.
What is the difference between hip hop and Christian hip hop? Who decided to call it Christian hip hop?
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
the world talk about God as well. They mention God in their songs, whether the context might be different, right? But why is it got to be a label on it? Why can't it just be hip hop, right? Why is it Christian hip hop? See, I've always had a problem with that, because to me, right, when you put labels on something, you start separating people, right?
You put them in a box. You put them in a box.
You putting everybody in the box. So now the worldly people are looking at us like, yo, what are we doing? Like, oh, why would we rocking with them? Those are the Christians. Oh, those are the ones that want to talk about God, not realizing they do it in their own songs as well. Is the message right now corrupted? Absolutely, right? But what I'm saying is that, as a whole, right, when we put labels on things, right, then we just confined ourselves. So now what? So now we can't do nothing outside of this because this is the label?
Yeah.
When God is bigger than a box, bro. You can't put God in a box.
Well, and you see why the people that don't fall in that line, people like Dax and what's the other cat's name? McDonald, Tom McDonald. Those guys, even though they're Christian artists, they're not in a box. Those guys are different. They're talking about different things. They'll even throw a curse word here and there.
Right, but that's my point, JC. Listen, man, we don't have to curse to bring a message.
Of course not.
I totally disagree with that when it comes to the world, to the secular world, right? But what I'm saying is that when you put labels on ministers, right, on who you call a minister or who you call a man of God or a woman of God, right? You just did this to God. You try to put God in a box, and God is way bigger than that box, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, where God came to find me at, where God pulled me from, come on, man.
Yeah.
That was outside the box. You get where I'm coming from?
No doubt.
So how can we sit here and put God in a box, man? We here to build the kingdom, man. We are here to build the kingdom, bro.
No doubt. No doubt about it. But this is because we're in a box. The only reason why we're in this box that you're talking about,
right,
is because we haven't blown it up. Because they're in their box, right? Because they're in their box. They're secular world, right? Secular world music. They're in their box. We're in our box. My thing is, many years ago, when my kids go to Christian school, and years ago there was a bunch of kids here for a bunch of sleepover or whatever, and I'm asking the kids, do you know that this is when we were doing music back in the day? Do you know this guy? Do you know Brian Trejo? Do you know Dayton? Do you know Bizzle? Do you know any of the big guys that regular people would know? Christian community would know. They didn't know anybody. They only knew freaking Lecrae. That's the only one. But if you ask them, you know Lil Pump, you know Lil Wayne, you know Lil whoever,
right,
they know them all. These are kids in a Christian school. So when that happened to me, when I was sitting there in that kitchen table with all these people, the epiphany came to my mind. And the epiphany is this. I told myself, I want to invert this. I want the secular kids to be listening to the Christian hip-hop. I want to make Christian hip-hop so popular that the secular kids are knowing the Christian hip-hop guys.
I feel that.
So all we got to do is invert the box. Right now, the secular box is above the Christian hip-hop. I want to invert the box.
But you know
and just put it on the side.
You know why that is, though, JC? You know why that is? You said something right now that that really stood out, right? You said that you asked about a bunch of artists and the only one they knew about was Lecrae, right? You want to know why he's the only one that they knew about?
Because he does half and half. He's half in and half out.
He goes and he loves on the worldly artists. And he collaborates with some of the worldly artists, right? And when he collaborates on a song, you ain't hearing all these curse words on the song.
Yeah.
Right?
No, people like to hate on Lecrae.
But yeah, why? Because he's the only one that's embracing them. And this is what I'm saying. We hear, like you said earlier, right? You look past people's defects, right? And you try to love them for who they really are, right? Because at the end of the day, we all humans and we all got flaws, right? So the difference with Lecrae, right, versus any other artist, and I don't care who you name in the Christian hip hop, right? It's that he's out there embracing them, right? Not
becoming them, but embracing them.
But he's going out there and he's loving on them. So now they build a respect for him, right? Because they're like, yo, this is the only guy that is religious, right? Because that's how they look at us, like we're religious. This is the only religious guy, man, that I could be around because, man, you know what, bro? Like, he loves on me. Like, this is a real, you know what I'm saying? Like it's bigger than this with him. And that's why I say it's our job to love on everybody. Because if we to sit there and reach out to the worldly people and be able to love on them without being judgmental, right? Because I don't know if you've seen that movie, Jesus Revolution, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that movie. Okay.
I don't remember I saw that one.
With the hippies. If you haven't seen it, you have to.
I got to check it out.
Because this is the thing that bothers me is that all these churches talk about, oh, this is your home. If you're broken, you could come in. If you're in the world and you're into prostitution, you could come in. If you're a gang member, you could come in. But the minute a gang member or a prostitute walks in, there's no love. People judge
they want them to change like this. They want them to change like that.
And there's no love. So how can they feel the love of Christ if us as the vessels are not showing it, bro? We're not loving.
I agree with you, Regason. I agree with you 100%.
Church. There ain't too many churches that are going in these hoods and literally loving on people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of churches, and I'm going to say how it is, a lot of churches are okay with doing, feeding the homeless once every 3 months. They're okay with that.
Yeah.
And that's
and at the same time, and I would say this, Regason, at the same time, everybody has their lane. There's churches, there's people like Melvin that can go in a freaking hood and dominate the hood because he's lived that life and then people respect him like you. But certain churches, they couldn't go in the hood. They couldn't go in the hood anyways because they'd be in trouble. So everybody has their lane. And as long as everybody sticks in their lane and we're not criticizing each other because that hood guy, he goes to the hood and he says the N-word. Because these New York cats like to use the N-word a lot. They, it's part of their vocabulary and it's cool with them. It probably, I don't know if you use it, but I know New York cats use it and they get a pass for it, unlike anybody else. But people, other people in other churches, they hear that and they're like, oh, that's a problem. Look at John Sigler's music. Yeah. We've been invited to podcast before and they deny the podcast because they heard one of his songs. Yeah, my peeps, listen. So all the work that he's done, all the work, all the exposing, all the talking about Christ, the interviews that he does face to face, the Bible reading, none of that matters. All you look at is the one N-word. It's like looking at the guy with his faults, right? All you're looking at is the character flaw. You're not looking at the potential of what he could be.
Absolutely. And that's the biggest issue that we have, right? I'm not going to sit here and say, look, I want to go do a song with Jay-Z, right? Because I have no desire, right? But I will love on that brother. I will show him the love of Christ coming through.
No doubt. All of them.
Look, Melvin said, no disrespect to the churches, but some are worse than gang members. That's a fact. Yeah. Because listen, man, how can we open the door, right? How can I tell you, JC, listen, bro, I don't care right now if you're a drug addict, if you're smoking crack, whatever the case may be, the doors are open for you. And then the minute you come to my door and you all high, I'm over here being judgmental and turning you away. Bro, I gotta put my arms around you, bro. I gotta love you, man. I gotta let you know, hey JC, you know what, bro? That you're doing, it's not the right thing. But you know what? I got the medicine for you. I got the one that could take all of that away. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is, life is full of choices, man. And people are willing to make the choices to ruin their lives versus making a simple choice to better their life, man. It's a cycle, bro. Vicious.
And all they need is a little bit of support, man, because everybody, life beats us down. Life beats us down. Our own families don't support us. Our friends don't support us. And so all they need is a little support, and they would rise up and become the people that they were meant to be. But because life is beating them down, and then they go to churches, and then they get hit down too because, hey, you're lying too much, or you're smoking, or you're drinking, or you're doing that. Yeah, you should change, my people. Not everybody has that miraculous change where one day they get touched and they're gone and they become, you know, saved and everything stops. Sometimes it takes a process. It's a process of you dealing with God, talking to God, consoling with God. God, take this away from me. It takes a week. It takes 2 weeks. It takes 2 years. But as long as the person is talking to God and communicating, he's in his word, he's practicing, he's going, we shouldn't be judgmental on these people. John, jump in there, man. Say something on that.
Shout out to my bro John.
Y'all reminded me of a story. My old mentor, not old mentor, he still mentors me now, but he said that when he used to be a pastor years ago, like 15, 20 years ago, they had hired this man that just got out of prison. This dude, fresh out of prison. He said it was a real big dude too, man. Tall, super long hair, big heavy set dude, you know, weigh like 250. But they had him doing like janitor work around the church. And he said that while he was the pastor, he was getting a lot of complaints from all the other people that went to the church while he was working, while the janitor was working, because he liked to play rock music, like death metal music, with screaming and cursing and all that inside the like chapel area while he cleaning up. And you know, the pastor said that, you know, he used to make the man feel weird because he used to give him like these super big hugs and smile and just, you know what I'm saying, show this man real genuine love. And he could tell that this man was like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you doing too much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't let us, man. No, listen, he said that he would mess with him. He was like, come on, man, you know you love it. You know you like it, like messing with him, like really trying to break down that hard exterior shell. Right. But, you know, he said that he would tell all, you know, anytime that somebody would come to him with a complaint, he would tell them, why do y'all care what he's playing? It's just songs. It's just music. He's like, what does that have to do with, he was like, what does that have to do with anything? Why do y'all care? You know what I'm saying? And he ended up going up in there. He didn't say nothing to him about the music or nothing, but, you know, just from him showing genuine love, because that could have been a situation that could have turned that man 100% the opposite direction from God had he walked up in there like, hey, man, we got to talk, you know, you and your music, you know, you're going to have to change this. And I'm not saying allow people, you know, you led by the Spirit, be led by the Spirit, but situations are different. But I'm just saying the way he handled that, he was led by the Spirit to not even bring that up. Right. That's not even an issue in this church. We're not even going to let that blow up and be a reason for Satan to utilize this situation to turn your back on God. So how about we just stay and rest and let's worry about us, me and my relationship with God, and let me just worry about letting love be my highest goal. And let me go over here to this man and hug this man and tell this man, you know, I appreciate the good work you've been doing around here. Let me show this man some genuine love rather than criticize the decisions that he already know. You know what I'm saying? And me further criticize him. So, you know, he ended up obviously turning his life over to God, man. He said one night he was preaching a message and the dude used to sit in the front row. And he said he looked over just as he preaching. It wasn't even no crazy moment or nothing. He said he just looked over and this man was literally shaking, bro. Big hands shaking like this, hair all over his face like this. In his seat, just shaking, crying like a baby, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think about that from time to time when it comes to me, you know, seeing people, man. I was talking to a dude tonight, matter of fact, at the Wawa gas station, bro. This man, asking me for weed. He see me, you know what I'm saying? I'm black. He got gold in his mouth. He thinking we relatable. He like, hey, bro, he was like, I'm from out of town. He was like, bro, I'm from out of town, bro. He was like, I'm trying to get some smoke, dog. I'm trying to get some smoke. I was like, bro, I ain't got no smoke for you, bro. I don't even do all that stuff, man. He was like, dang, boy. He was like, you don't know nobody. I was like, nah, bro. I don't do all that stuff no more, bro. I was like, God pulled that up out of my life a long time ago, bro. And then I could tell the look on his face. The look on his face was like, what? I was like, yeah, bro, God is real, boy. He did it for me, boy. I was like, if you ever struggling with it, bro, I'm telling you, he'll do it for you too. And we left it at that. It wasn't like I ministered and all this and that. But those little moments like that, I could have easily judged this man. What's up?
Boy, you planted the seed. You planted the seed.
Yeah.
I played golf today. My brother-in-law calls me. I haven't seen him in a while. I like to hang out with the kid. You know, I love this kid. And he calls me. I go over there. The lady, as I walk into the golf to the thing, they're saying something about something like you know, I don't know. I forgot exactly what was said, but I come in and basically what they said, I'm like, but if God's got you, you ain't got a problem. They were saying something like a problem. And I came in the end of the message, and I'm just messing with her. I'm like, if God's got you, you got a problem. This lady starts telling me, dog, where's God at when there's atrocities of little kids? I'm like, oh my God, what did I start?
So she went there. Hey, she went there.
But I'm like, oh my God, look who I'm talking to. I'm talking to somebody who doesn't like God. Oh.
Listen,
so I'm like, listen, I tell her, listen, Ma, listen, there's a lot of things that we don't understand right in the physical world, but believe me, I know if you go back in your life, there's times in your life that you'll know that God was with you. There's a protection there always. I mean, in my life has happened. Everybody I talk to, you will know there's times in our life where we could have been dead. And we went right instead of left, and then we don't know why we did that. And because we did that, we're here today and we're doing whatever we're doing. And she's like, yeah. You know, she didn't really get it because I'm walking out as we're talking, but you know, it was funny that I never had that, though, where a person just literally like a non-God lover just hit me up. She's mad at God, dog. Regason, you had that situation?
Nah. I've had many of those situations, man. Me and John talk about it all the time, bro. For me, right. One thing that stands out to me is that, right, we have to be relatable, right? Doesn't mean that we have to participate in what the worldly stuff is doing, right? But we have to be relatable, right? Like when I walk into a juvenile detention center, right, they look at me and they be like, okay, I could relate to him. I know he's from where we from. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's important, right? Because we need to understand that there's a beauty in all of this, right? Because all three of us are on this live right now, right? And I'm sure there's several people that are watching with us, right? And I guarantee you that we're all going through a certain process, right? But you know what the beauty of it is, man? That we could see God in the midst of our process. You see, that's why we can continue pushing through the process, because we can see God in the midst of our process, right? And even at times when we can't see God, right, we have enough faith that we know that he's there. You see what I'm saying? One thing I love and I always keep with me about John is that anytime I talk to John and John is going through something, the first thing he tell me, he's like, bro, I ain't even tripping, man. God's got it. You know what I'm saying?
He always says that.
I know that he means it, right? So anytime,
it's genuine. It's genuine.
Right, it's genuine. So anytime I'm going through a process, the first thing I do is think about bro, and I'm like, man, God's got this. You know what I'm saying? And God is real. Push through this. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's just loving on people, man. That's the greatest thing that we could do here, man. Look, John got a clothing. I got a clothing line. Melvin got a clothing line, right? Are we competing with one another, trying to sell more clothes than one another, bro? No.
No competition, man.
I rock Agape. I got all the throwbacks. I'm the one.
No, but listen. With Melvin, I am competing with Melvin because I'm selling more and more. Melvin, I'm selling more of these things than that thick thing you got here. He's got one of these mugs that's thick. It falls when you put it in your cup holder, it falls right over. This one here, guys. This one here from StrongLifeRaw. You go to Agape Fit it fits right in your thing there, and it doesn't fall like Melvin's. Melvin has this fat thing. It's crazy. But listen, Melvin says here. let's talk about Melvin, because he says here, we can love on them, we can embrace them, but that doesn't mean that we need to rock with them, to do music together. That's opening the door. And I agree, because listen, in that situation, John, and I'm not even criticizing the pastor, because obviously it worked, right? His method worked to get the kid in, get him to do the music, and it worked. So who could criticize that? The effect, it shows everything. But me personally, I would have just had a conversation. It's a simple conversation. Hey, dog, listen, I know you like that rock music. That's cool, man. Play it up. Put some earphones on, because, you know, we got church people here, you know, and when some people might not like that. And then not even church people. We have kids, you know, kids might come in. So just, you know, put your headset on. You know, do your thing. I'm not telling you not to do it, but that would have been me. But that's not right or wrong, because that guy's effective. He let him do his thing, and it was still effective. So it's just different strategies.
No, don't say that. Don't say that it's different strategies.
Talk to me.
Spirit is how the spirit moves within us. See,
Thank you. All right.
The spirit worked through you differently than he worked through the pastor.
Thank you. That's exactly what it is. That's better said.
Neither one was wrong, right? Because it came from the spirit, right? And when the spirit is moving in you, it's not going to be a right or wrong thing. You see what I'm saying? Because the Spirit of God will give you the proper words to speak, right? The Word of God says that. Right? That's just what it is, right? When you got the Spirit of God and the Spirit of God says, this is what it's going to be, you best believe that's what your mouth is going to utter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the way you handled it and the way the pastor handled it might be completely different than what I would say or what John would say, right?
Exactly.
But at the end of when you're walking in the Spirit, bro, there's no way that you're going to be touched by the Spirit and walking in the Spirit and you're going to go and speak to somebody and say the wrong thing, because the Spirit of God is what? It's love. So the minute you come across a believer or a non-believer, when you're walking with the Spirit of God, bro, they're going to feel that love. They're going to be like, man, there's something different about JC. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That boy John got a glow about him, man, that I don't know, man. There's something about him. The way he speaks, you know, the way he says this. I had somebody tell me that the other day. Yo, you know, your appearance, man, you full of tattoos, you a big dude, you know. He's like, but when you go to speaking, the way you speak, it's like it don't match your outside.
Yeah.
That's the God in me. You know what I'm saying? That's the God in me. Because, man, I mean, John could tell you, man, many times, bro, like I've called him, yo, bro, you good? John be like, hey, bro, listen, I was literally like in the Spirit right now, and bam, 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 bam. And John be like, bro, that's crazy, bro. He could tell you, bro, that's happened many times. Why? Because at the end of the day, that's our job. Our job is to what? Love on one another, uplift one another. To me, right, I wouldn't want to go do music with anybody secular, right? And to be honest with you, bro, I wouldn't want to do music with a lot of Christian people, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to support them. That doesn't mean love on them, right? A lot of people's topics are different than mine, right? A lot of people write differently than what I write, right? Not that I don't respect what they do, right? I will still love on them, right? But that's just how it is. That doesn't mean that, hey, man, you know, I can't support John because John got agape and I got humble gains. Bro, my bro will tell you, look, he called me the other day. Hey, bro, I'm launching a new line. I'm launching this new thing, bro. And I need you to take some pics. And what I tell my bro, say less. Let me know when you're ready. And we do it.
Hey, because one of those shirts on those arms, dog, that's a model pose, dog. You get that tricep out like that, you got to get it, dog.
You've been wanting me to flex throughout this whole live, big bro. That's why.
You don't have to, dog. It's popping out over here in the corner. You got the tricep just popping out over there, dog.
Oh, that's the little baby. It comes to life every time.
Dog, don't let me take her out. Don't let me get it out, dog. Look at the V cut. Look at that horseshoe, dog. I've been training, Regason. I've been training, dog.
Dog, I see you. Hey, that's inspirational, bro. What you've been able to do with your health, bro, and bro, you were a lot. For people that don't know, man, JC was a lot heavier back then, bro.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Let's show him. Let's show him, because I have my wife send me some pictures today. Let me show him real quick.
Hey, Melvin say you wanted me to flex so you can have a reason to flex.
Melvin is always getting on me, dog, because he knows that the guns are there. He knows that these things are just sticking out everywhere. They're going insane. Look at the forearms, guys. Look at the creases in the forearms. That's all that golf. That's the golf, guys. When I launch that ball, oh my God, people run away, dog. They hear the power.
Oh,
hold on a second.
You out of control, bro. You got to put that power away, bro.
I'm telling you, I don't like to bring out the driver. When I bring out the driver, bro, it goes insane. It's out there, bro. Today I almost hit a green, like 300 yards. My homeboy hits it a little closer. I almost got to the top of the green. It was crazy.
Hey, Jay,
but watch this picture.
Hey, Melvin said, "Put that little speed bump away."
The speed bump.
Hey, you always got the haters out there, dog. You always got the haters. Don't worry about them. I don't pay those guys no attention, dog.
Hey, guess what, bro? Now you can't flex around me because I'm gonna be thinking about the little speed bump, man. Hey.
Y'all retarded, boy. And a little
Hey, check this guy out. Check this
like,
out. Hey, do y'all remember this guy? Because y'all remember? No, I don't know if y'all knew me when this guy was around. But y'all see me in my heavy days and my light days too. There you go. Look at this guy, dog. Hold on, I can't put. My goodness, dog. I'm gonna have to take this thing off.
You know what you're doing over there, JC?
I have no idea what I'm doing here. Look at this guy, dog. Can you see him?
Can barely see.
Barely.
It's a glare.
Oh yeah.
How about now?
Wow, see, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Look.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, bro, you doing the right thing, man. Like at the end of the day, bro, like you doing the right thing for your health, to be around for your family, which is super important. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
That's man.
But listen, hey, even when I was like that, but the thing with me, Regason, is that for whatever reason, it must be the mud, because you know how much you can throw them in the cold, you can put them in the heat, they survive anywhere. I think because I'm such of a mutt. My parents they're mixed, Spaniard, black, white, it's all mixed in there. I don't even freaking get colds that often. So even in my heaviest, my blood pressure is still the same, my cholesterol is still the same, everything's still the same. That's why I can go up and down all the time long. John has seen me, you guys have seen me when I go up and then I come down and I go up.
Praise God.
I play with this thing. Talking about that, guys, but real quick, on the first, we're starting a 30-day, 20-pound challenge. We're going to lose 20 pounds in 30 days. Anybody's interested, y'all reach me out on my number, 813-410-5957. Reach me out on Telegram. Don't call me. Reach me out on Telegram, and we're gonna set a Telegram group for weight loss. All right. I'm gonna teach you guys, because I got a cheat code on how to lose this freaking weight with no supplements, guys. You don't need the freaking protein shakes at Regason. Regason is always he's down in protein shakes, guys, with creatine and all kinds of things. You don't need that, guys. For losing weight, you don't need all that stuff. You don't need weight loss pills. All you need is work and knowledge. And I have the work and the knowledge. If y'all didn't know, I was a personal trainer many years ago. I've been around the powerlifting community for over 15 years. I know what I'm talking about, losing weight and going down. These guys will tell you. They've seen me fat. They see me skinny. They go back fat. I'm normally fat, though. I'm normally the big guy because I like to eat, guys. I like to eat. I like to stay up there. But right now, guess what I'm sitting at? I'm sitting at 170 pounds, guys, and I'm not going back to that guy anymore. I'm too old for that crap.
That's it. That's it, bro. There's no looking back, man. Stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, bro, like this is what it's about, man. Being like StrongLifeRaw, like you guys say. You know what I'm saying? Healthy mind, healthy body. You know what I'm saying? Healthy spirit, most importantly. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And you know, man, like that's why I always rock with you guys, man. And you know, again, I say John because he's on the live right now, right? But like we spoken about, I got a few other brothers that keep me accountable and that are my brothers for life. But you know, John, man, John could tell you, man, like we always doing that, and it might go a week or a week and a half that he don't call me, and I'm on him. Like, bro, what you doing, bro?
What's up, dog?
Like, bro, we
got a fellowship.
We gonna have to put these hands on one another or something, bro. You don't call me, bro. Like,
But what am I doing every time you call? I'm probably doing the same thing every time you call, bro. always working.
Yep.
I say the same thing, working.
Working. Because we don't stop, guys. The grind doesn't stop for nobody, guys. If you want to achieve a goal, you got to work. You got to put in the freaking work. That's what it takes to achieve anything. We already know this. You can't achieve anything watching American Idol sitting on your couch every freaking night of your days.
Hey,
all you're doing is wasting your
JP,
time.
So
Yes,
check this
sir.
out. How about I'm in the gym like 2 days ago, and I get a common question a lot. Am I training for a show? I get that a lot of times, bro. But this guy had walked up to me the other day, big guy, tall, had weight on him, and he asked me the same question. I was like, nah, man, I ain't training for nothing. He was like, you know what's up? I was like, what's up? He was like, bro, he was like, it takes some real dedication. It takes a strong mind. It takes the willpower. And then he pointed at himself. He was like, to get a body like this. And he started rubbing his belly. And we started laughing. We laughed and everything. But I was like, you know what? I was like, you're right. I was like, you are right, though. I was like, because whether you're dedicated to what you don't want or you're dedicated to what you want, you gonna get results. And I was like, the results that you got are just a clear indication that you dedicated to what you don't want. And I kind of wished I didn't say that, because you know me, I'm just straightforward and I don't think, I just say it. And it kind of like, I could tell it kind of touched him a little bit. It kind of hurt him a little bit.
Oh, you're never going back to that gym again. You just destroyed him, dog.
But I was just being honest. I just be, just conversation. Just
give it to him like it is.
But everybody can't handle that. That's what I realized, that everybody can't handle that. I just talk that stuff. And I could tell it kind of not broke his spirit, but had him like, dang, this man really just, like, I was making a joke out of it. I already showed you that I know that I'm fat. He was like, you ain't have to throw me in a hole and put the dirt over me. Like, you had to kill me.
Making a joke, and you're like, no, you're fat, dude. You're fat.
Hey, John, my bro Christ Rebel said he went to McDonald's after.
Hey.
Right, bro? I knew he was in that gym talking to John, dog.
Yeah, man. But
nah, bro.
Hey, for real though, man. Like this. I love this, man. I love the unity, man. I love how God can use us all together individually. You know what I'm saying? You know, the gym for us, John. How many times we train together, bro? Like, and we be in the gym.
Count.
We be in the. I mean, we probably the loudest ones in the gym, laughing. Like all we do. That boy right there. That boy laugh. I mean, boy, he be in this.
Oh, it's a contagious laugh too, dog. It's contagious.
Something to him, and I just look at him. He be like, bro, don't do it, bro.
No, for real. Because I'm not gonna be able to hold it in. I'm like, bro, see, y'all can do that. Y'all can talk that talk and hold it in. I'm not holding it in. I'm not that
If he
strong.
holds it in at the gym, he'll start. And the backside, dog. You want to let it out. Just let it out, dog.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I can't, bro. I'm serious, bro. I can't, bro. Real talk. It's coming out, bro.
Yeah, no, it's coming out. Don't want to come out, dog.
Since I met y'all boys, man, it's always been about elevating. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt about it.
I truly,
no doubt about it.
Because at times where I've kind of like lost myself a little bit, man. You know, I always got people around me that are pushing it and remind me that, yo, I got to be pushing too. I gotta continue to elevate too. You know what I'm saying? And that's really important, man, for all of us, especially with what we doing, man. What the goals are, you know, the vision. You know what I mean? Like we can't stray away from the vision, man. And if we're not doing that, man, then you know what I'm saying, we might as well just hang it up, right?
No doubt, guys. You see why this is the importance of the network, guys. These two guys right here, these two amazing artists right here, are part of the network. And when you come to the network, if you have any doubts because you're doing things on your own and you're trying and nobody's supporting you, because nobody supports anybody here, you know, if you have that problem, guys, you have to hang out with people. It's the same thing as the gym. You go to the gym too, because the atmosphere changes. You come to the network, your atmosphere will change. You'll start getting motivated to start riding again, because you're hanging around. You can't help it. When you're hanging around with amazing people, you become amazing. That's why you got to hang out with smart people. You got to pick and choose the people you hang out with. If you don't, they'll take you to prison. They'll have you drinking and driving, to the club, and they'll have you doing all kinds of things. You got to pick your peoples, my friends. That's what these people are all about. You want a home. If you're in that Christian space, and you do anything, podcaster, producer, songwriter, a musician, you play soccer and you promote yourself on the internet, I don't care what you do, but you're Christian based, you come over here and we're going to have all these amazing people that you're going to be able to talk to at the same time, grow your social media network. You guys have anything else to say? Because we're getting long here and I want to leave everybody with Regason's jam. I want to leave everybody with that jam right there, with the crew.
That jam, praise God, man. That jam got 779,000 views on Facebook. It literally got on Facebook. I think it got like 500 on YouTube. It's got like 500 views on YouTube, but it went viral on Facebook for whatever reason, man. So praise God for that. And the video shot by yours true. Look, that man right there, JC shot the video. You know what I mean? John Siggy in the video. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that was nothing but love right there. They're
all in the video, guys. They're all, and even these things here. These things here are in the video.
Look,
oh,
so, you know
it came out.
What you trying to do? Look. Like, I don't know. And then John, he said, all Regason does is work on arms, bro. He don't even touch the legs.
That's all that guy does. He doesn't touch his legs, guys. This guy does not do anything else. He walks in the gym with a curl bar, and he leaves the gym with a curl bar. He doesn't do anything else.
That boy is silly. That boy he's so funny. All right, so, man, listen, God bless you guys, man. Listen,
God bless you, bro.
That stayed with us and watched and, commented and, all that stuff, man. May God up on your life and your family's life, that everything you do, God's favor will be with you, and that everything you do will be to elevate you and get you to continue to walk in the purpose that God has designed for each and every one of y'all.
Hallelujah! Hey, Johnny. Oh, hey, tomorrow we're on for 6 o'clock. We're shooting a music video, guys. Stand by.
Hey, I don't know if you realize, it's me and Solo, right? It's two people on the song, right?
I don't know, but bring them on. You want to bring three? Bring three of them, dog.
Because you said, Regason, you have so many different flows, and I'm like, I don't know if you realize that.
Send me the song. Send me the song on Telegram.
Yeah, I send it to you. I send it to you as soon as we get off. I'll send it again to you.
You're the man. You're the man. Right. Johnny boy, you want to leave anything? Hold on, dog. Don't leave yet. We're going to play your song here.
I'm just saluting my people.
Okay, salute, dog.
No.
John, what's up?
I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say, man.
You ain't got nothing to say, dog? When does that happen? This guy's always got something to say, guys. He always got something to say. Today,
matter of fact, I do. Matter of fact, I do. I got this new bar I just wrote. It goes a little something like this. Yo, yo, yo. It's for show. When did I leave? Where I'm gonna go. Oh, no. The wind blow. Oh. Ho. No Santa Claus, though.
You see how talented these guys are, guys? These guys are super talented. Y'all got to follow John Sigler and Humble Games over there. This guy can have bars for days. Imagine, I can rap like that. Blow. I'm going to start rapping now. You're going to see me in a song. My peeps. Here you go, Regason's Jam. What's the name of the jam, Regason?
Let's get it, man. Hey, this is all I know, man. Produced by my boy Drums and video shot by none other than our big brother, JC Perez.
That's my dog.
It was by my bro John Siggy and as a matter of fact, Monster Tarver. This Monster Tarver in the video.
Monster Tarver. The whole unit. He's the DJ.
You see him in the back.
He's the DJ. Scrapola. Is that John over here? This guy's always laughing.
You never seen that till you watch this video, man. You getting all exclusives, man.
Oh, hey, y'all enjoy this one. Here we go. And y'all gonna see Regason riding a scooter, guys. Y'all ain't never seen this in your life. He's riding a freaking scooter. Here we go.
And my brother Jesus with the big old head back there.
Oh, dog. Come on now. It was the whole camera took an angle. I had to back up.
I wasn't going to say nothing, man. But Jesus, that's my dog, man.
I love
I wasn't going to say nothing.
Yeah, man. Good dude, man. All right, let's get it.
Oh, yeah, you got some skills on that scooter, bro. Come on.
That's all I know.
Ah. Come on. Where you going, Regason? Oh, he's jetting. He's leaving his boys behind, dog. He's just jetting in his own little scooter. Bye-bye, Regason. Oh, yeah, guys, y'all didn't see Regason afterwards. But this guy was popping weeds on that thing. These things, they don't even let him in Ybor City anymore ride scooters because this guy pops wheelies on this thing. Oh, yeah, guys, y'all already know I love you guys. I'm gonna get with you, John, after this. Regason 2, submit a song, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna send
tomorrow at 6 p.m.
John,
If anybody can make...
John,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Heavens, I know that's your jam. So I'm gonna send them that too.
Okay.
But I send you a blessed day, and I'm gonna send you Heavens. I'll send them to you now as soon as we get
Send
off.
them both.
All right.
We'll do them both. We'll do one in like a real deal, and then we'll do a full one on the other one. And that way we start putting it in the people's ears because this music has to go. We're not going to call it CHH, guys. This is music. This is just straight music. Because Regason doesn't like to be in a freaking box. He likes to be outside of the box, all right? This is straight up music. This is where the talent's at. If y'all want to support agapefitted.com, y'all go check it out. Check out the merch. Regason, what you got? You got a clothing line coming out, right?
Yeah, we working on the Humble Gains clothing line, but you know what I'm saying, right now, I just want everybody to just go right over to agapefitted.com, support my brother, go over to Gangsta Gongali, I think it's gangstagongali.com, or I believe that's what it is, but go support brother Melvin as well, you know what I'm saying? And anybody else on here that got anything, man, let's keep supporting one another, man. Let's keep building this up, man, further in the kingdom. That's what it's about. God bless each and every one of y'all. I love you, but most importantly, I love you, man. Be one, be easy. Why?
Be easy, guys. You already know. God bless you guys. Humble Gains left the building. Your boy, as always, JC Perez.